Hi everyone, this is Mr. Cole and welcome to the second video on our chapter 8 percentage. So in today's video, we'll be learning about how to calculate percentage change as well as how to calculate the initial or final values from percentage change, which we also call it as reverse percentage. Okay, first thing, what is percentage change? So some of you may have learned it in primary school. Alright, percentage change is the amount of increase or decrease the final value has as a percentage of the initial value. So how do you write this as a formula? Then percentage change will equals to the change in value divided by the initial value and multiplied by 100%. Okay, so take note. Always we use the initial value or the original value as the base of 100%. Is that clear? Okay, if you're not too sure, maybe you use some examples to illustrate. So if Tom earns $40 on Monday and $60 on Tuesday, what is the percentage increase in salary? So which is the original? Monday or Tuesday? Okay, in terms of time-wise, Monday comes before Tuesday. So this is our original or the initial. Is that clear? So then, firstly, our percentage change, or in this case, percentage increase would be the increase in value over the initial value. Okay, we know that he earns $60 on Tuesday, $40 on Monday. So the increase in value would be 60 minus 40. Alright. Now the initial value we used Monday, alright, which is $40, and we multiply this whole fraction by 100%. So this will give us 20 over 40 multiplied by 100%, and this will give us a 50% increase. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, let's look at another example. The total births in Singapore fell to 41,251 in 2016 after a year of record high birth of 42,185 in 2015. It continued to fall by 4% in 2017. So calculate the total births in Singapore in 2017. Okay, so let's look at this question. We have 25th, let me use a black pen. So in 2015, we have 42,185. In 2016, we have 41,251. And then in 2017, we have a blank amount, and we know that it fall by 4%. Okay, so think about it. Remember, in percentage change, which do we consider as the base of 100%? Is it the 2016 or the 2017 when we talk about the fall by 4%? Okay, if you guess correct, if you have not guessed, but if you have made the correct answer, the answer would be 2016 would then be our original value, and this is our base of 100%. Alright, as we compare 2017 to the year before 2016, since chronologically 2016 comes before 2017. Alright, so then if 2016 is 100% and 2017 falls by 4%, then 2017 would just be 94%, since it fall by 96%, my bad. Alright, 96% since it falls by 4%. 100 minus 4 give you 96. So then to answer part 1 answer, the births in 2017 will be equals to 41,251 multiplied by 96%, which equals to 41,251 multiplied by 96 over 100, which gives us a value of times 39600, or sorry, in this case 1 to the nearest whole number. Alright, since we are not able to have a percentage birth, we round it off to the nearest whole number. Alright, in part 2, calculate the percentage decrease in the total birth in Singapore from 2015 to 2016. Alright, so 2015 to 2016, we just simply apply the percentage change formula. So for part 2, the percentage decrease would just be the decrease in value over the initial value multiplied by 100%. Is that clear? Okay, so we know the decrease in value will be the initial minus the final, which is in 2016. Alright, so we have the 2015 value subtracting away the 2016 value to get the decrease in value over the initial value, which is 42185, and multiply by 100%. Okay, so we use our calculator. 85 minus 41251, 42185. This will give you a value of 2.21%, rounded off to 3SF. Alright, since this is an inexact answer. Is that okay, everyone? So I repeat again, we simply just use this formula, decrease in value, over the initial value, which is the 2015 one, and then multiply by 100%. Okay, good. Alright, now let's look at a question involving algebra, which is a bit more challenging. So the length of a rectangle is 3x centimeters, alright, and the breadth is x centimeters. The length increases by 20% and the breadth decreases by 20%. Determine the change in parameter, the percentage change in parameter. Okay, so we have our, let's write down, initial length equals to 3x centimeter, and our initial breadth equals to x centimeters. Okay, now let's try to find what is our new length. Alright, so our new length, we know that increase by 20%. So if we increase by 20%, right, our initial is always 100%, that's our base, 100%. So then now our new length would be 120%, because we increased by 20%. So then we calculate it by 3x multiplied by 120%, which gives us 3x multiplied by 120 over 100, and that will give us 3.6x centimeters. Okay, now our new breadth, on the other hand, face a 20% decrease, so we should expect a 80%, right, of the initial breadth. Okay, so we get x multiplied by 80%, alright, and if you get this in a calculator, we'll get 0.8x centimeters. Okay, so let me just separate this here. Okay, now let's find the initial parameter as well as the new parameter. So our initial parameter would be x plus 3x plus 3x give us 8x centimeters, and then our new parameter would then be 3.6x plus 3.6x plus 0.8x plus 0.8x, alright, which will give us 8.8x centimeter. So do you notice that although we increase the length by 20% and the breadth we decrease by 20%, you would think that it has a sort of cancelling out effect. However, we notice that our new parameter is in fact longer than our old parameter, which is probably because the increase in the new length is longer than the decrease in the new breadth. That's why, lastly, when we calculate our percentage change, alright, let me write this in red since it's very important. So percentage change will just be the difference 8.8x minus 8x, right? And then we divide it by the original length, which is 8x multiplied by 100%. Okay, so if we simplify the fraction, we'll get 0.8 over 8 multiplied by 100%. So this will give us a 10% as our final answer. Okay, so lastly, how I do this question is I get my initial length and my initial breadth. I calculate after adding 20% and subtracting 20%, alright, to get 120% and 80% for my length and breadth. And then I do my respective calculation. So top part, I take 3x multiplied by 120%. That will give me 3.6x. And for the breadth, I'll take x multiplied by 80%, which gives us 0.8x. And then I calculate my initial and my new parameter. And I apply my percentage change formula, which is the increase in value divided by the original value, which is ax multiplied by 100%. I simplify my fraction into 0.8 over 8 and then multiply by 100%, which gives us a grand total of 10% change. Okay. Now, lastly, we go to reverse percentage. So in this question, after an increase of 8%, okay, the cost of the laptop becomes 2,484. Calculate the original price. Okay, what I mean by reverse percentage is now we have to go from the final back to the original price. So we know the original price is a question mark, and we know this is 100%. Okay, our base is always 100%. After an increase of 8%, so our new price is then 108%. All right, and our new price would then be 2,484. So given this, how do we work backwards from 2,484 back to our original price? And the key idea lies in identifying the base percentage. So our original price is 100%, our new price is 108%. So let's work backwards. So if our new price is 108%, to get back the original price, all right, what we do is we take the new price of 2,484, we divide it by our 108. So what we're actually doing is to find out what is 1% over here. And then afterwards, we multiply by 100 to get back our 100%, which is our original price. Okay. So now let's do it. 2,484, you divide by 108, multiply by 100. So this will get you $2,300. Oh, pardon me. Okay. If this is confusing, let me rewrite it in a different way. So let's say, okay, 108% is equivalent to 2,484. We want to find out what is 1%. What do? We divide by 108, which gives us a number of 2,484 divided by 108, $23. And then to find out 100%, what do we do next? We multiply by 100, and this gives us $2,300. So do you notice what I did on the right is actually the same as what I did on the left? I take my initial value, I divide by 108 and then I multiply by 100. Okay, but this is done in one step. This is done in 3 steps. So I hope that everyone will slowly move from the right side to the left side in terms of your working so that it's more efficient. Okay, let's try another question. Number of students enrolled in the university in the year 2026 is 21,250. It has experienced a drop by 15% from 2025. So what was the number of students enrolled in 2025? So in 2025, this is our initial one, which is a blank. And then it experienced a drop by 15%. So 2026, we have 21250. Question, which is your 100%? Is it 2025 or 2026? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have chosen 2025, then you'll be right. So always remember, normally in the chronological order, the earlier time will be your 100%. Alright, so the change is after, which is 2026, it experienced a drop of 15%, so then it should be 85%. Now, how do we work backwards? So 85% equals to, is equivalent to 21,250 students. You want to find out what is 1%. So what we do is we take 21250 divided by 85. That will give us 250 students simply by dividing by 85. And then to find our 100%, which is our initial amount in 2015, we will then multiply by 100, which gives us 25,000. Okay? Or we can do it in one step. So students in 2025 would be 21250 divided by 85, all right, to get 1%, and we multiply by 100 directly, and this will also give us 25,000. Okay, I hope that's clear to everyone. So this is the end of our video, and rewatch it if you don't understand, and if you still have questions, please feel free to ask me after class or during lessons. If not, then see you in the next video.